What it do, YouTube? It's your boy Brown Love, and what do I love? I love practical wisdom, practical application. I'm answering this question today with logic and reasons. Okay, so I got DM'd a question that's been circling the internet for a while now, and I figured I might as well get to it. I've been gone for a minute, but I'm back again. The question is, do men deserve credit for not cheating? Okay, that's a pivotal question because a lot of people are in relationships or desire to be in a relationship, and people want to know what's the correct way to treat a faithful partner. Should they receive praise, or is it just something that is expected and they don't deserve further acknowledgement? You feel me? But before I get into it, what I'm going to need you to do is support your boy in either liking the video, subscribing to the video, or commenting on the video. All right? It'd be really dope if you supported your boy. Be dope. All right, now to get into the question. The first point I have is it a yes or no answer? And the answer is, eh. So you should never go into a relationship feeling as though something as expected as being loyal deserves a heap of praise and admiration and should be acknowledged on a regular basis. But it doesn't mean that a relationship that has a faithful participant does not deserve some form of acknowledgement within that relationship, if that makes sense to you. Let me break it down. It's not very common that people have successful relationships where there's no infidelity. Okay? And when you are with a partner where you don't have to worry about where they're going, how they're going to act when they're there. Should I check the cell phone? Do I need to go behind this? Do I need to go behind that? You need to be aware that it's kind of hot. I mean, I had the summertime weather on. I mean, the winter style weather on, but I'm thinking it's actually getting kind of hot. All right, so I'm in my car. I went out and bought some jackets because I was excited for the fall winter, exchange, and I kind of forgot that we live in California, and regardless of what time of year it is, it's gonna be 70 and the sun's shining. I think it was predicted that it was gonna be 65. Brother, it feels like 89. All right, so the answer is yes or no. Do you deserve acknowledgement? I think it's beneficial or productive in a relationship to acknowledge someone's strengths. So men are fairly ego-based, and they feel as though a lot of their importance is going to come from their woman giving them some form of acknowledgement for what they're good at. And the same for women. I was listening to something on YouTube the other day, and they were saying the number one thing that women desire is appreciation. Do you appreciate all that a woman does for you? Do you appreciate what a man does for you? Men have been programmed in today's time to do whatever they want. Catch as many bodies as you need, and it's the woman's responsibility to just deal with it, and hopefully she catches someone who she can care about enough to look past the infidelities. I'm going to tell you that's stone cold wrong. And for men who fight against the system and decide to be faithful to their partners, it would be it's a good feeling to know that your woman appreciates your conscious efforts to be faithful and to not step out in a relationship. Okay, something very important to remember is that women cheat more in premarital relationships. We got to get past this. All men are dogs things is a myth. It's not real. Women are also walking around like dogs. You tend to do it between the ages of 16 to 30 more than men. And then men, once they hit their mid-30s and have that midlife crisis, men tend to cheat more. And those happen to be the marital years, so men cheat more in marriage. They cheat far more in marriage than women do, but women are not innocent in that either. Both kind of go up as age goes up, but men kind of, skyrocket. So we need to be aware that it's not common for a partner to remain faithful for the entire time in a relationship. So, being appreciative of the years that you have with your spouse and knowing that they are fully committed to you, it's kind of like a gold star system. You don't need to do it every day. It's honestly, this is what I describe it as. It's grace. Okay, it's giving someone grace, knowing that they're not perfect, but still graciously acknowledging them for something that they're trying to do and something that they're putting effort into. It's a subtle way for encouraging a positive response from somebody. It's just like if you were training. This is a. I mean, I don't think people would be offended by this analogy because we're talking about men here. If you're trying to train a dog and the dog did something bad, you're going to tell the dog that he did something bad. But when you're training someone, it's also very important that you praise them for the good so that they can do it. And the more that the person does it, you don't need to continually acknowledge the good behavior. You get what I'm saying? I have children. If I wanted my children to clean up the room, I'm trying to train them to know that the room needs to stay clean at all times. And the room is consistently dirty. I will tell them that it's dirty and I will forcibly make them clean up the room. Now, to my surprise, if I wake up in the morning and the house is spotless, I'm going to acknowledge that and I'm going to give them a treat. Oh, I'm making pancakes. You guys cleaned up the house. This is amazing. Oh, I can't believe how... Truck going by. I can't believe how good you guys are. Wow, this is amazing. Next week they do it 2-3 out of the days out of it. Oh man, you guys are the best. I love you. And one of those days they get pancakes. Not both of those days. Eventually it becomes commonplace. I don't need to say it every week. I don't need to say it. But by me doing it in the beginning stages, I've solidified the fact that my children know I respect and I appreciate the effort that they're putting in to clean the room. Same thing for a relationship. You want to clean your relationship. You want your relationship to be void of unnecessary drama, like Instagram problems. Why are you liking all these dotties on Instagram? I don't have that problem with my wife. At any point in time, I don't know. I may still be today logged into my wife's Instagram so she can see my inbox or whatever whenever she pleases. I don't have anything to hide. You get what I'm saying? And likewise for her. Neither one of us for our entire relationship has had locks on our phones because we trust each other. And we do it periodically now, every now and then. Just the other day I sent her a text when I was at work. I could just tell she was doing a lot at home, and it honestly made me want to be a better man. She was doing so much at home for my girls that when I got to work, that she was all I could think about. And I sent her a positive text letting her know that her efforts, her lack of sleep, her selflessness, her consistency, and her diligence with raising our kids is not going unseen. And I appreciate her and I love her, and I am undeserving of all that I'm receiving, but I appreciate it, and this is exactly why I married her. You get what I'm saying? So appreciation goes a long way. Women always want appreciation. Men do too. Men want appreciation. Knowing that we could be one of the many fellas out there who cheat or dog out women, and we are consciously going into those conversations with men where they're just like, man, I go ahead and I do whatever I need to do, all the dotties, and we steer the conversation towards a faithful destination. That's going against grain, and we don't need it every day, and we don't need it every month, but it would be nice to know for a fact that you are appreciated for your faithful work. Okay, next, the next point would be probably acknowledgement versus praise. In no shape, form, or fashion are you to worship your spouse. You get what I'm saying? You're not supposed to be sitting over there. Oh, yes. Oh, master, you. Oh, man. Thank you so much for not abusing me mentally in this relationship and cheating on me on a consistent basis. And, oh, you came home tonight on time. Oh, man, I can't believe how good you are to me. I am so undeserving of a faithful spouse. No. That's not what we're saying. The credit can simply be acknowledgement. Girl, I just want to let you know that I appreciate everything that you are and everything that you've ever done for me. And I'm so appreciative that you have chosen me to be your husband. And you spent a lifetime with me in faithfulness, in respect, and love. And I promise to try my hardest to make sure that you know that you are loved and appreciated. I love you, boo. And then you go to work. Boom! That's the credit we need. You know what I'm saying? That's the credit that you need. That's the credit that all of us deserve if we're being faithful in our marriages. I can tell you for myself right now, I come from a broken home. My wife comes from a broken home. It is hard out here in these streets to remain faithful. Have I done it? Absolutely. And I will to the day that I die. For better or for worse. I've already went through the toughest times in my marriage in the beginning because I had to learn my wife and she had to learn me. So now we kind of coasting. You know, it's still one of those, but the dip is not deep. I'm telling you, the dip is not deep. I'm still feeling good about myself and I'm still feeling good about her. So, another thing I wanted to point out is the acknowledgement has to come from a place of gratefulness. You are grateful that this person is honoring you, even when they're not in your presence. You get what I'm saying? You are grateful for what you have. Just like you're grateful to have a roof over your head, you're grateful to have a job, you're grateful to have a car, or you're grateful that you have graduated from school, you're grateful that you have loving parents, you're grateful. You should be grateful that you have a partner who respects you enough to treat you in a way that honors you as their bride, or honors you as their groom, or honors you as a potential lifetime partner. You feel me? So it's very important that we don't get so hung up on feeling as though acknowledging someone's good characteristics. We want to acknowledge all the negative. You don't do this, you don't do that, and you need to do this. You become nagger because for every negative thing that you tell somebody, you need to replenish it with, they say, 1,000 compliments. That's excessive. That's a lot of talking. And your boy can talk, but dang. You should acknowledge it at least equal, if not greater, than the complaints or the criticisms that you have towards your partner. You get what I'm saying? Who wants to be around someone who never talks about the good that they do towards him? I don't. Do you? You know what I'm saying? That's like if you had a teacher or something like that, and you got an A paper, and they just dropped it on your desk like, boom. Don't say nothing. But the test before, you had a D or a C, and you just worked your butt off to make sure that you can improve. And then you improve, and it's just like, what? So it's your job. You should know all the answers. Why I gotta say it? You need that much credit? You know what I'm saying? It's not the same as getting the employee of the month at work. No. What it is getting your benefits at work. That's what the acknowledgement and the gratefulness is. It's getting your benefits. You want health, you want dental, you want vision. You want to go to work without all of that? Okay, that's why unions were made, okay? And you want to enter into, where that? You want to enter into a union for a lifetime, all right? And the last point that I'm going to go ahead and say, there's a bee that came in my car. That's crazy. The last thing that I want to say is, both don't take it for granted. The average relationship fails. The average relationship fails. And the ones that make it to marriage, it's not 50-50. Like I've said before, I got my statistics from blackdemographic.com. You can go ahead and check it out. They incorporate second and third marriages into that rate, and that's what makes it 51% in America. And first-time marriages is actually closer to 80% chance of likelihood that you're going to remain married. After you divorce the first time, it's so much easier to get divorced. You feel me? It's so much easier to let go when you've made a commitment and you already figured out the way to maneuver how to dissolve that union. So don't take it for granted. It is so rare that you can find someone that you can love in a selfless manner. You get what I'm saying? I tell people all the time, the reason why I got married, how I knew that I wanted to get married, is that I had the desire to serve my wife for a lifetime, irregardless of what I'm going to receive in return. I was willing to give my life for my wife forever, regardless of how she was going to treat me. She deserved that in my eyes. I made a decision. So any negative consequence from that, I'm okay with. I already came to terms with. But I did that after already knowing her characteristics. I didn't just go and get a hood rat and was just like, you gonna be the one. You know, I feel so simpish. The simp in me just feels like I can't live without you, girl. No. I loved her, and I loved the decision that I made so much that I put a ring on it, okay? Ain't no single ladies standing up and doing this with their hands. She's married now, she's off the market. I'm married now, I'm off the market. I do not take it for granted. I understand that the average relationship fails. I think they say like if you have 50 relationships, like one or two can be can end in marriage, just because we're so different. There's 7 billion people on this planet. You don't think like I do. I don't think like you do. So for you to go ahead and decide that you can spend the rest of your life with me and we have that form of connection, that's priceless. I mean, how many people are on dating apps? And that's the way that people choose each other now. That's fine. You know, it's a way to come in contact with people that you don't know. How many times do you start a conversation and end a conversation and then never think about the person again? How many names have you forgotten already in your lifetime? Do not take it for granted the fact that you have someone that you can love and cherish, and they do the same in return to you. So my answer to the question, do men and women, because ain't no sexism going on here, both parties deserve a form of credit in acknowledgement, gratefulness, and not taking it for granted. Keep those things in mind when you get someone who's faithful towards you, that you will not be someone who disrespects them by forgetting or ignoring the fact of how hard they're trying in today's age. It's hard, or it takes discipline. At this point, it's just discipline. To not respond to anybody in the streets who thinks you look good, you know, or like I personal train. You get what I'm saying? I'm not going out there and receiving every compliment that I get from a woman with, ooh, girl, you already know what it is. You know, let me get your number though. I don't do that. And the same for my wife. My wife is gorgeous. You feel me? Every time she gets acknowledged out there at the supermarket, or when she's trying to go get some boba or something like that, if she took every compliment, was just like, thank you, sir, I appreciate you. My name's Shay, by the way. That would be crazy. So I don't take it for granted the fact that she's loyal to me, and I appreciate the fact that she doesn't take it for granted that I'm loyal and I love her with all my heart. You feel me? Heart's a delicate thing on a man or a woman. We got to be real, and we got to stop being so hard in today that we can't even acknowledge someone's positive traits. So, if you like the video, one more time, I'm going to need you to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the video. By subscribing, I mean don't just subscribe and don't hit the little bell over there. Hit the bell so you can know when I drop a video, and I can know what you want. Participate with your boy and be dope. Be dope.